Right. So I'm going to give an example from the United States, and also it's a kind of revisionism that is trying to move things in a direction that I think, in many things, is a positive revisionism, because there's revisionism that tries to change a dark story into a good story, but there's also revisionism that tries to change a prevailing good narrative into a dark narrative. So there's both kinds. So in the United States, slavery has typically been understood as a Southern problem. The North fought the South in the Civil War, and the North was against slavery. And it's true that Abraham Lincoln emancipated the slaves in a proclamation, and then that proclamation was realized through the victory of the North in the Civil War. But in fact, there was slavery and slaveholding in the North as well. And that has been under-recognized. And so there's a movement of revisionism underway now in the United States telling, and the story is aimed at the wider society, but it's also aimed at specific institutions. For instance, the Catholic Church was involved in slavery and enslavement, and Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. has undergone a project of investigating and trying to make amends for this past. Brown University, my own university, Harvard University, has looked into the fact that its faculty members were slave owners in the 17th or 18th centuries. And this story has been brought forward to the public and to the university, and now there's a process of making amends. So that's one kind of revisionism that I think is really important. It's underway right now. Definitely the kinds of efforts that I just described, this kind of revisionism, I think is positive and can bring some degree of reconciliation and overcoming racial divisions in the United States. At the same time, inevitably, there'll be pushback and resistance, because it's an unpleasant story to now be told, if you're connected to these northern institutions, your institution did bad things. And so some people are uncomfortable with that. And they're not so much, to my knowledge, denying the new historical work, but they're wanting to sort of avoid confronting it fully. And it's a difficult project or process. I'm unfortunately not really well aware of what's going on digitally in the case I just gave. Let me switch to the case that is relevant to this panel or this entire seminar, which is the heritage of modern industry in Japan, or that's one of the issues in this seminar, and the ways in which this heritage is spoken of at these sites. I think that digital technology can play a very positive role in allowing people to put forward online alternative interpretations that hopefully would then be accessible to visitors at the sites or to people away from the sites. And there are many ways that this could be done, but with geolocated technology, it would be possible for visitors at a particular site to draw information that's online or through social media, but that isn't presented by the curators of the site. So that's a possibility that I think is very real and potentially powerful. Of course, there will be other people putting out alternative views, but that's part of the process.